what I hate about doing these kind of shows is you have so much that you want to cover and you think an hour is a lot of time, but it's really not by the time it's all said and done. It's really not. So I hate that we didn't get to answer some of the other questions, but that's what the after show's for. So now we can really sit here and talk some shit.
Yes, talk some shit.
We can talk some shit now. Talk some shit. You
So
guys, thanks for the gifts. I didn't get to shout out my top gifters, but let me do that real quick since some of you guys are still here. Nighthawk, I see you. Thank you for the gifts. Willow, thank you. And Rosie Smokes, thank you for popping in again. Okay. Thank you, Lugs. Thank you guys so much. I didn't get to shout you guys out, so I wanted to make sure I got you guys shouted out there. What were you saying, Cosmo?
No, I was just saying talk shit, but I wanted to you were right. There were some good questions in there, and so there was someone that said something about any practices in the occult, and I was curious about that too. Is anyone any kind of like Wiccan, pagan, maybe
I
voodoo practitioner?
I do have a voodoo practitioner friend, and I do have a Wiccan friend. Amy does actually request in some of her cases that she does work on a Wiccan and a voodoo practitioner. There is some stuff houses and locations she has gone to where she needed them. So she does use them as well.
Kevin, you may have to go out and come back in because I can hear everybody. I've studied a little bit of Wiccan. I've studied a little bit of pagan, only because of clients, right? Probably the only thing that I do practice is, my crystals and my crystal work, doing that type of thing, and my pendulum work. But I wouldn't say that, I do a lot of Wiccan and pagan stuff, but I do. I'm well aware of it because of clients that I've had to do some stuff for. Love you too, Mikey.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the show, Mikey.
I think that's the reason why, though. And honestly, I wanted to tell Mikey this, and I wanted to say this for everybody too. Don't be afraid to reach out for help from even a higher level. If you need an exorcist, reach out to an exorcist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you need someone to come and cleanse professionally, because it's just like I might know how to fix a car, but if something needs to be done that I don't know how to do, I'm taking it to a mechanic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're taking it a step up.
Yeah, take it a step up. You don't be afraid of that, And again, I can't speak about this enough. It's good advice for life. Set your intentions whenever you do anything.
Absolutely.
Anything that has to do with manipulating energy or communicating with energy. Set your intentions.
Yeah, I've been helping Cain out. And you guys also know, National Paranormal Society, we are, even though it says national, we did start off stateside, but we do have international members. And so if you do need somebody in your area, let me know, because we have tons of members. We have 60,000 members from all over the world as part of NPS. And so I can always connect you with a team. I can connect you with somebody that can help you in your area too. So please feel free to reach out. This isn't something that I just talk about on this app. Like, I've lived this for 16 years. I helped found the National Paranormal Society. I run my own team. So this is something that I take very seriously. You can ask Cain, because Cain got his butt chewed out for doing what he did, and I had to help him get rid of some stuff from somebody that wasn't, they didn't have good intentions for him. So it is one of those things that I can reach out to people to help. Even with demonology, I studied demonology underneath Alex, who's part of NPS too. He now runs NPS. And so I do have stuff that I've studied because I've had to. Yeah, Mikey got chewed out one night too. Genevieve, I'm not sure what's going on, honey. If you've been talking in the comments during my show, I haven't seen it because I don't look at them because I'm paying attention to all my guests. Is there something, you guys, real quick, did y'all notice something, Genevieve, that we need to talk about?
She had a couple little questions in there. I just told her wait until 12 when you do the after show.
Genevieve, if you'll pop your questions back in the chat, I can see them. I see you requested in the box. I just kind of want to know what's going on before I pop you in here. And I see Cain's ass sitting in here wanting to come in. Let's get Cain in for a minute.
Just his ass?
Just his ass. Just his ass. Okay. There's his ass.
She studied Wicca.
Okay, you studied Wicca. Different from other people. Yeah. Genevieve, I'm trying to go back through the comments, honey, and see what was going on. So you guys, like, during the show, I'm not paying attention to comments. I'm trying to pay attention to my
No,
guests and run the
seriously.
show, which is why I do the after show so I can answer questions. I'm going through. Genevieve is in New York. Okay, and you were asking about the after show. Is Anastasia still in here?
Yeah, that's who had some questions.
Yeah, she was talking.
There was some questions about technology.
Yeah, she was talking about stuff that you might actually find an interest in with the, because we talked about it in here once or twice with the weather modifications
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah,
and stuff. Yeah.
That's
I believe
conspiracy
those
theory.
fully exist 100%. I believe they've been around for at least the last 10 years.
Yes. Yes.
She said something about the dire wolf they created was technically a gray wolf. So she's talking about, you guys remember when they went into the lab and they made a dire wolf? That's completely different from what's going on at Skinwalker Ranch, because they actually had a carcass that they found in the water that they tested the DNA of. Okay, so probably not believe me, but I'm a god. Jesus made me a god. Genevieve, have you been on my stream before?
Oh, goodness.
Yes. I got another answer for the places you want to go, and this would be conquering my fears.
Where?
The Island of the Dolphins.
Oh yeah.
Where?
Yeah, Island of the Dolls. Island of the
the island-
Dolls.
Oh.
Yes.
Isn't that, it's in Mexico, right?
Yes.
It's in Mexico, yeah?
Fuck
Yes,
those dolls.
Yeah.
We've talked about it on the show. Fuck those dolls. No. No. It was
Listen,
creepy just covering the pictures.
All the time.
I know I mentioned one place, it's the Goldfield Hotel.
Yeah, we gotta come out to Nevada and see you.
Yeah.
There's so many things I want to do. Like, I need more
I want to go
PTO.
back to I kind of want to go back to Winchester. The last time I was out there was only for the daytime tour. I haven't done anything at night or booked that place out yet. So I kind of, and Kraken, that was actually that was on my script too for my show, with one of the locations to go to.
Stay in the hotel. Oh, I want to go stay in the hotel.
One hotel?
You collect
Hotel
haunted
would be
dolls?
amazing.
Wait, what? You
Where's that,
collect haunted
Cosmo?
dolls? Where do you get them from? Sorry.
That's actually my friend, by the way. That's the one that followed me in here.
Where do you find these haunted dolls at? Look, I'm staying away from. Look, thank you for coming in my stream and supporting Rocker, but I ain't coming near you. I fucking hate dolls. That takes
There
some
is
balls to
something
be
you
around
don't
haunted
wanna-
dolls.
You don't want to meet one of mine that's out in the living room at the moment.
No, fuck these
You don't want to
dolls.
meet that doll.
Fuck the dolls. I'm so glad my daughter was not into dolls. She was into like the Bratz and the Barbies, but then she was like done. Yeah, Vampy, I'm with you. I'm done with dolls.
Oh, let me tell you, Annabelle is literally like 20 miles from me, and
Alcatraz.
you're not gonna see me anywhere
Come on.
near you.
Oh come on, man! I
Did
would
you
love to
guys
meet
hear
Annabelle.
the Annabelle when they were transporting Annabelle?
Yes, yeah, those spirits.
It's been for a while.
Yeah, well,
Those
guess what?
spirits like to visit me.
Now it's it's going to be in the orphanage in about 3 days in Gettysburg, and guess what? Those orphan spirits plus Annabelle on top of that, that is like a recipe for disaster
Those.
in Gettysburg.
They said
Plus
that
the
Annabelle
I'll check ticket prices.
Let's go. Let's
New
go.
Orleans, when those prisoners escaped and all this stuff happened in New Orleans around the time that Annabelle was in there. Come on now.
Absolutely.
That would be
Crazy.
conquering a feel for real though, because I just dolls are just already uncanny. It can be the most.
Oh yeah.
You're looking.
Oh, yeah.
There's just something about that life, that imitation of life. Nope.
Every
Where's
haunted
Annabelle?
house
Annabelle's on her way to
I've been
Gettysburg right now, Vampy. She's gonna be in Gettysburg. That's what we're talking about. She's gonna be in Gettysburg. Psycho, I'm gonna let you have the dolls, and you can have the clowns too. I don't do the dolls, and I don't do the clowns. Like no,
I got both, so I've collected both
Mm-mm.
things for that. So
no,
We can-
So no
no,
one's
no.
going to the clown motel. No one's going to the clown motel.
No.
I'll go.
Look,
I'll
I like the idea of the clown motel. Y'all can go do that and
Yeah.
tell me about it, but nope. Nope.
The clown cemetery across the street.
You know, it was bad enough when I went to Zach's museum in Vegas, and they have some of the people that work there dress up so they can kind of monitor everybody, make sure you're not taking pictures and doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. And so we were talking about it, and I was at the end of my little group, and I was like, if one of these motherfuckers comes out, I'm going to jail because I'm gonna beat somebody's ass. And I could see the guy like look, and then he stepped back. I was like, as I'm walking by, I'm like,
I'm watching you. Yeah.
No.
Watching me, I'm watching you.
What,
I've actually
Kate?
had two friends stay at the Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada, but also had friends that actually worked there
No.
because they actually lived in Tonopah.
That's
That-
cool.
No
Oh, that's cool.
way.
Oh,
No
Genevieve, I
way.
thought I recognized you. You were very disrespectful to me last time on the show.
Yeah.
But
What was that one hotel?
And I appreciate the
girl
prayers. I don't
died.
judge anybody, but thanks for the prayers.
She died in the most mysterious circumstances. She ended up in like the water tower or something like that. What was the name of that hotel?
Oh,
Anybody
it was
remember that
That does sound familiar.
oh my God, it's at the top of my tongue.
She
There's
was
been
really,
like a
like,
documentary
Asian
on
girl.
it.
The
Yeah.
Cecil Hotel.
The
Yeah,
Cecil.
the Cecil Hotel.
Yep.
Cecil. That's
Yeah,
it,
that's the
Cecil.
one in. Yeah, that's the one in California.
Yep.
That's the one in downtown Las Vegas off of Skid Row. I actually stayed nearby there, and I was a resident of the New World Hotel that they had right next to it for about 6 months.
Okay.
Very creepy, very eerie. We've had some friends had some chances to actually go in there before everything happened. So, yeah, no.
But
Yeah.
there is a place here in state of Nevada, northern Nevada. It's an old mining town called Virginia City, Nevada. There's a bunch of
Yes.
there's like 4 or 5 places that is actually haunted there, but one place is not even being used at all. It's closed up, and that's the Washoe Club.
Yep. I
Hotel.
want to go out to Washoe. That's where,
Is it-
Cosmo,
is it
that's where
closed?
Ghost Adventures started.
That's where they started. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. I didn't know it was closed. And I also want to go to one of the other places that really haunted place. They went to I think 3 times, and it's a bar. And
Are you talking about
you guys
Bobby
can-
Mackey's or are you talking about in
Bobby
Nevada?
Mackey's. Yes,
Bobby
I would
Mackey.
love
You
to
know,
go
they
to-
totally took down Bobby Mackey's. They're rebuilding it right now.
Yes.
Oh no!
But the
So
the
do you know how
foundation
active
is
it's got to
actually
be right
still-
now? Do what?
Are they keeping the foundation part of that and where the
That I
it was like
don't
a
know.
well?
So I think the
Okay,
well
I
is
think
still
they were
going to
trying
be
to say
there.
they were covering up the well this
Yeah.
time. They're trying to take that out because that was supposed to be one of the portals.
Hmm
Where's
in
that at?
Yeah.
That's at Bobby Mackey's. It's in Louisville, Kentucky,
Oh, okay.
or near Louisville,
there-
Kentucky. It's in I can't think of the
It's
name.
like in its own little town.
Because
called
y'all,
Dani.
so here's the little devil in me. So I was gonna go to Waverly, right? And not too far from Waverly, which is in Louisville, Kentucky, is Bobby Mackey's. So I thought about, depending on how much PTO I have, or being able to work from home while on the road, I was thinking, let's go to Waverly and then let's go to Bobby Mackey's. But we gotta see, if it's open yet. Got to see where the
Yeah.
construction is on it.
Kraken. I mean, we just don't have to tell the live stream. We don't have to tell the live stream. We can still do it. We just need some chain breakers or whatever they do in the movies. There.
We'll just come back and tell you guys about it after, and then y'all can wonder how we got in there.
Just make some chains.
But
I
Just
have
saying.
training and background for that, just so you know. So
Okay, so there we have it. So part of the 10 is these 5 right here. We're going to Waverly, and then we're going to go to Bobby Mackey's. Just saying.
Yep.
Love you too, Kevin. Get some rest. Thanks for hanging out. Just so you
Go-
guys know,
go to
I
bed,
did
bye,
remove Genevieve from my stream because I'm not going to have negativity in my stream again. Like, don't come in here and saying afterwards it'll never happen again, and you came to apologize when you were starting shit all in my. No, sorry. That's the
Dracula's
Scorpio in me.
Castle. Yeah, how you mentioned overseas, 100%. I would love to go.
Oh,
to the actual
Romania.
Dracula's, a couple of Dracula's castles, Brom Castle,
Thank you, Kevin.
Funadora Castle. Like, yeah, those.
Transylvania, like we can do all of that stuff. Look, you know Queen
Oh, yeah.
Vampy's down for it. She's got Vampy in her name. Come on. We're gonna take her for the
Yes.
vampires.
I tell you what, Northern Nevada has one of the most mysterious lakes, basically in the United States. It's Pyramid Lake.
Pyramid Lake.
Mm.
I've
Yeah.
heard about
I
Pyramid
would
Lake.
love.
All right, Mikey.
I would love to do Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier, another lake that's supposedly haunted. But people keep dying in that lake because there's a whole city built or it's a man-made lake, but there's a city in the lake.
Now,
Yeah. I'm not gonna go in the lake, Queen Vampy. I just want to investigate
Just
around.
around.
Yes.
We want to
No,
live. We're not going in.
I'm down to go swimming in it.
I'm
also,
dead. We're gonna put like a life jacket on you because we want to make sure we're not losing people.
Well,
you guys can do that. I'll be scuba diving. Let's go. Like, I want to scuba dive. Let's see.
Cain, I heard that.
All right, I'm right there with you. Let's go. Let's find out what's in the bottom of it.
There's a whole city.
yeah, it's a booty call.
There was actually Caddo State Park outside of Gettysburg. There is a haunted trail in that. It's a lot of where the people came from Maryland on up to Gettysburg, and they passed through it. And there is actually some conspiracy theories going around that lake. There is a town all through the actual Caddo State Park. If you go through it, there was an old abandoned church. And so they actually say the bottom of the lake, there could be still some houses and remaining of houses from the Confederate and Union soldiers going up to Gettysburg. And all over that lake, you can find stuff. There has been sightings even of spirits and activity. So that's where
Who's got
I
the
actually
boat
live.
with the sonar?
That's actually where I live is Cadorus. Is out right there at the entrance of Cadorus.
Very nice.
See, for me, I've stayed on at the camped out at the place called Pyramid Lake before, and a lot of times at nighttime, it's really creepy. There's a story it's called about water babies.
Oh, I've heard about that.
That's interesting.
Okay. Yes.
What it is, the deal about water babies is that it's back in the 1800s, 1700s when the mothers would teach the babies how to swim in the lake, and then they just basically drown afterwards. So at nighttime, middle of the night, when it's dark, but right now here where everybody's at, if you're out there and no one's around you, like I was with a bunch of friends that everybody's passed out, I was still awake at the campfire. I heard my name being called by the lake.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And it looked like there was a small figure standing in the water. And if they draw you into the water, they'd take you out and they'd drown you.
Right.
That's kind of like that Harry Potter stuff, right? Like where I forget what the characters were. I just started watching Harry Potter with my kids again. But yeah, that's kind of what that reminds me of. And it makes you wonder, like some of the Harry Potter stuff, where they got some of those ideas. I saw Mikey about the periscope. That is actually made by my friend Jeremy with Paranologies. I love anything from Paranologies. Jeremy's actually, well, they just bought the historic Jefferson Hotel about 3 years ago. And so he runs Paranologies out of there. So yeah, periscope. My butterfly, I don't know if you guys remember seeing my butterfly. My butterfly is a custom-made periscope that Jeremy made for me.
Now that you actually mentioned La Llorona, I'm wearing that shirt.
Oh, see? We all came prepared tonight.
Yeah. If you guys look,
The Yazoo City.
Google Pyramid Lake and it'll tell you about water babies and everything else.
I'll definitely want to go down that rabbit hole to check that out. Yeah.
And I started already, and there's already like 3 pages of 3 different websites, and it's all they'll talk about is the water babies. So
I live 20 minutes from the lake.
Extreme Senses Nighthawk. What kind of equipment do they do? I've never even heard of them.
And then there's supposedly rumors of tunnels from Pyramid Lake up to Lake Tahoe. Supposedly.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah, underwater tunnels. Underground tunnels, water tunnels.
You see, anything that's built underground, that also gives me like kind of pause, you know? And it's only because, like, I think most people when they were kids kind of had like fear of the basement, you know what I mean? Because it was always cold. It was always, you know, kind of like it's not filled with life. You don't feel that energy of life that you feel like when you're upstairs in the main room and stuff like that. It's weird being under below ground, you know. I would love.
Because a good friend of mine. Because years ago, a good friend of mine married this one chick. She's a dancer, and she's divorced. And now, well, they're married, but before they met, she was married to another guy. I guess they were out there water skiing and everything in the boat, and he was being pulled up he was on the water skis at the time, and she came back around. I know it's kind of sick and weird. She kind of accidentally hit him, but she didn't see him because of the boat. The boat was too high, and hit him. She went in the shore, called 911. Search and rescue came out, was searching for him, never found him.
Oh wow.
Gee,
So
if you guys
people just go out there and camp, whatever, for the day, and then sometimes they disappear.
Yeah.
And then
That's
their body comes up.
crazy.
And then their body comes up like 2 weeks later. Who knows however long later on down the road. It all depends when. But then they, when the wind picks up, they do not want you on your boats on the lakes because you can capsize.
Wow.
It's weird. Lakes, that lake wind is something different. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like the natural. It's just something different. I'll tell you, one of the creepiest things that I've ever went down a rabbit hole with is people that vanish into thin air. Like, have you ever heard stories? Like, there was a story about this kid that got into a car wreck. Sometime it was a while ago, but sometimes there were still cell phones, right? Yeah. And they checked his phone, and then everything went off grid. He has never been found. That to me is one of the most uncanny things that I've ever. One of the rabbit holes that I think everybody
Makes you start thinking about portals, right? Like everybody's been talking about portals lately. Like what happened?
Abductions, you know what I mean? Anything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was an interview I'm actually trying to secure.
Time travel.
There is a guy that had some experience like that actually, where has done this plane trip every single time in Alaska. And I think he said he does it like 4 days a week. And in 1970, and he has all of it documented. In 1970, he actually swore he went back into time because he went through something, and when he actually got out of it, it was right where he was supposed to land. And he was about 45 minutes ahead of schedule after doing this route 4 days a week. Wow. He never went behind. He never went ahead of schedule like that before. And it said at the end, he has the paperwork, and it showed 29 gallons of fuel. It typically takes him about 40 to 50. So double what he had in his tank when they did all the diagnostics after they were done.
That's crazy. And when was that?
This 1970.
And he hasn't had it happen to him since?
Yeah, nope. Had not had him since.
Crazy.
And he's actually one of the investigators right now looking into the Bermuda Triangle with similar experiences of people having those similar experiences, because there's so many stories in the Bermuda Triangle about people disappearing. And he's actually had that experience, and he don't know where else, who else maybe went back in the time. But if they did, maybe they went farther back, and that we're actually someone that could be survived right now that might have got trapped in the 40s, 50s, or 60s.
Oh, wow.
And we wouldn't even know about it.
Red Knight, what's up? I know Red Knight's had some stuff going on. See, but it makes you wonder, wasn't it Amelia Earhart? We kind of wondered about her, right in the very beginning. Yes. And how long has this stuff really been going on that we just now lately have been having technology kind of step up to kind of help with some stuff? Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, there's something else going on with the Bermuda Triangle. I still want to get to
and the Alaska Triangle too, with him.
There's another triangle too. Where's my book?
And for Pyramid Lake, there's an actual old Navy plane that's still submerged underneath.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, wow, that's cool.
From the early 80s, it crashed, and I guess they had to use a mini sub to find out where it's at. The mini sub couldn't even reach it.
Wow.
It makes you wonder how deep it is.
I'll tell you, it's something with triangles, because in Kansas City, there is an intersection called the Grandview Triangle. And before they redid it, it was known for just having an obscene amount of wrecks, right? Well, this is a long time ago, and had a friend with me, and he like, you know how when someone goes, you know what I mean, like gasps like really loud and like that. And we were traveling at night, and he looked over and he swears, and I can visualize what he described just from how he described it. He was like, he saw a dude with a blue cap on the edge of the bridge. This was in the Grandview Triangle. And he was like, oh my God, I just thought of it. And he said it like that. I asked him years later, do you still remember that? He's like, I can remember it vividly. You know what I mean? Because sometimes like things like memories like that kind of fade, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But he never discussed anything paranormal or anything like that. You know what I mean? But he said that. He was like, you know, and I can like, when he said it, I can visualize what the dude was, a younger dude. I just remember the blue ball cap. He's like, he had a blue baseball cap on. And he was like, he covered his face. That's how vividly he saw it. So this was in the Grandview Triangle. Now, if you know
Well, see, I'm going to be in
about,
Kansas City in November, so you know I wrote that down.
I mean, there you go. There you go. The Grandview Triangle. There's a lot of places in the city too. A lot of places. There was the Elmwood Cemetery. We used to hang out there when we were in high school, but it was anything that's triangle. I would say stay away from, because everything has to do with triangle in film. They have something called everything is filmed in triangles, right? So whenever you see something, watching a movie, you'll see triangles everywhere. You know what I mean? Because it's just the best way to get the symmetry of your face.
To get it all.
And there's
Well, the other triangle I was thinking about is the Bridgewater Triangle. There's another, like, there's three. There's the Alaskan Triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, and the Bridgewater Triangle. Yeah, send me a message on IG, Red Knight. I was asking you what was going on, but I didn't see anything else in the comments.
There was also in Gettysburg. It was actually funny. It's called Lover's Lane, outside of Gettysburg, and there has been a lot of car crashes and some unexplained car crashes on it, to the point to where it's actually shut off now from public. I know where it started at, though, and it's actually kind of funny. And there was been said about people seeing soldiers right before they hit something, or what they think is a actual human being running or like walking towards
So
them.
do they think that's what's causing the wrecks, is they think they're going to hit somebody?
Yep.
That's what a lot of people are thinking that are locals, but you know, the police are saying, oh no, it's this, or oh no, it's that, or oh no, this is what this car had this problem with it, you know? Like some of these cars are coming up with problems.
But if the car has the problem, why are we marking off the street?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That part.
Where there's no explanation, there's justification.
I was going to say for the reason why Kraken was chewing my ass out, was it not last week, but the week before, was
not me
because
chewing your ass.
I went and saw a tarot card reader / psychic, and I got scammed.
Red Knight, have you done, when we talked last week, we talked about doing protection prayers and setting intention. Have you done any of that? And Cain was talking about some of that last week, and I think Whiskey was in here last week talking about it too. Cain, go ahead. We're all psychic.
I ended up getting scammed for over $2,000.
And as soon as he told me what he did, it was like after his second visit, I was like, I don't have a good feeling about this. Like, I was mad. I chewed on Cain and chewed on Cain. And what do you have to say to me now, Cain? You were right, Kraken. You were right, Kraken.
That's what I'm saying to you. Fuck you, Kraken.
I had to go do the double work. The double, not the devil, but the double work.
Because the day I found out was, I didn't know what was going on. I went into I basically took over my parents' place because they both passed away. So I own the house now for the last couple of years. I went into the room. I started cleaning off some blinds. Oh, I felt a nice chill go through my whole body. I mean, I just like complete goosebumps within 5 seconds. And when I walked in, the bedroom door was open. When I turned around to look what the hell was going on, when I felt the chills, that bedroom door was 3/4 closed.
He sent me a video.
Wow. And I didn't even touch it. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So I said like a 21-second video. The crack is cracking. I just had the chills. I don't feel. I'm like something's going on here. I'm freaking out. I got something. The chills going, and my door's closing behind me. So she texted me like instantly right back. She's like, "Take a video again on what's going on." And I did. And it was like almost 27 minutes long, but I had to chop it down to 5.5 minutes so I could actually send it to her. She sent it to her friend that is a demonologist too,
Alex.
and there's a negative energy in there. It's like a sense of a woman there at the time. I was like, okay. And when I was doing everything else, that door kept closing every time. It was that one room that whole day. And then the next day, I wake up, I went into the bedroom. I had no issues, but as soon as I walked into my hallway, chills instantly. So I'm like, telling her, she's like, all right, salt, everything. That psychic / card reader, she gave me the frankincense pea size that you're supposed to burn. And she told me, lay it out, put it in every corner. That didn't work. So I think she kind of put
As
a
soon
little
as he
magic
told
on
me that, I was like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mikey, you
Well,
and
then
Red both have stuff going on tonight.
So I
Red,
found out from a bunch of the, I went to a couple crystal rock stores, and they were telling me the same thing. It's like, she did what? She told you to what? I'm like, she gave me this, just put it, no, that's, but you're supposed to burn that. So I said, I didn't know, I'm learning. But now everything's all good. I cleansed myself for that whole week. I cleansed the house every day. I even cleansed all my cars.
we did it all.
Yeah.
I gave him a whole list of crystals to go get.
Oh yeah, then I bought then Crack gave me a list of crystals to buy, but it's only supposed to be like 2, and I was just like, concentrate on which ones that's lured into you, and I'm like, I was doing that, and it was like, there's a couple I'm thinking to myself, you know what, fuck it, I'm buying every single one. Which I did.
I'm telling you, they will call to you when you need them. And I'm glad you found a really good crystal shop where they were able to help you. I have one here in the Dallas area. It's a drive for me, but I love the owner because he's like so spot on with everything.
Actually, both crystal shops I went to both helped me out. The one I actually had to did the reading again, but it's recommended by the first crystal shop, and I went to the other second shop that they had the reading there, and everything was positive. The lady said, I feel no negative energy in you. There's positive energy through you the whole time. It's like, I mean, I'm like, wow. It's like, but to me, right now, I'm just saying, the lady got the very first lady got me for $2,000. That's all I'm saying. It was more than that, but I'm just saying $2,000.
Yeah, it was bad. And then you were saying that you just found out that she just took somebody else for $15K.
Oh yeah, and then when I was there Thursday, when I saw the second psychic to do the reading with her for an hour, I paid $80 for the hour, and the store owner is telling me that there's another person that walked in there, and she got that person for $15,000.
Unbelievable. Wow. Cash. Mikey, I love dowsing rods. My son's really good with them. I love using dowsing rods.
Dowsing rods have been around for a long time for a lot of investigations, so yeah.
Yeah. It's an ancient tool.
So I think this lady, she's from Romania, but she's been in Reno, that area for a long time. But I think she's part of a group that everybody says it's all the money goes to the church. She didn't say what church.
It was just the church.
So I asked the second, so I asked the second reader, it's like, yeah, when I mentioned church, it's like, so I was asking, like, you kind of know what church she's talking about. It's like, yeah, it's called the Livingstone's Church. And I Googled it all up, and it's not even a church. It's more of one of those walk in with plain clothes. You can wear
It's a cult.
a golf shirt and jeans. So you wear a golf shirt, a polo shirt, and jeans and tennis shoes. That type of church. Some where you even get really dressed up in style church. So,
It's their what's the word I'm thinking of? It's their little organization that they're trying to use as a church.
yeah.
Tax free. Tax free.
All right, Lugs. Nighthawk, thanks for that reminder. Cain, you need to make sure at the full moon you take your crystals out and you stick them on the land. They need to be touching dirt and recharge them overnight on the full moon. You need to do that. You need to do that every full moon. I'll have to look and see when the next full moon is, but you need to do it every full moon.
It's like in I want to say 28 days or 38 days, something like that.
Let me see if I
Right now we're at the waxing gibbous phase, I think. And
July 10th is what I'm getting.
So like, when?
Here we go.
Really? The hell was I looking at?
July 10th. July 10th.
Next
So
week.
Cain,
Okay.
So lay them in dirt.
yeah, just stick them out in the dirt on top so that
Alright.
they can recharge. Make sure they get in the full moonlight. The other thing that you can do if you just want to have it is just put out a pitcher of water, and you can make moon water, and that'll help you cleanse your crystals later on too. You can do that as well.
I love my AI little guy.
I know it's like,
How much is them
A
on
lot
the
of
dirt?
there's another rabbit hole. People
what
are
if it's
calling
cloudy? It
AI
doesn't matter. It's still
artificial
in the full
intelligence.
moon. Sorry, Colt.
I'm sorry. But no. So anything that has to do with moon candy, if the moon is up, basically, you're still good. You're still good. Because the moon is energy. You don't think of it as
It's
the
the
light,
energy.
because
Yeah.
the light from the moon is not even just the light. It's just the light from the sun reflecting off the moon. So you don't have to see it. It's
You
still
want
there.
the energy.
It's still there.
It's
Anytime
also
you're
good to
making
do
moon water
cleansings.
or
Yeah.
anything like that, same thing.
Yeah, your moon water, your crystals need to go out to charge. If you guys want to do, I usually cleanse my house on the full moon.
I moonbathe.
Look, I don't want
Yes.
any pictures of that. I don't mind you sending me pictures of other stuff, but don't send me pictures of you moon bathing.
We can send you
And
pictures
don't
of
meet
the
me
moon.
during a full moon. How about that?
Danny, we don't need to see your triple E, whatever size stitch you have.
At this point, I don't even know what size is attached to me. I take them off and put everything on so often.
He just leaves them hanging in the shower and sends me pictures. It's so funny.
We don't need to see the saggy ass tits that you have, Danny.
He's like, look, they better not be saggy. They better be perky.
They're not saggy. It's a t-shirt, so they're a little pokey. They don't sag like real skin does.
No, but for other places in Virginia City to go to, there's a place called, I think it's the Silver Dollar or Silver Queen Hotel.
Okay.
There's actually one room that is haunted there, and I guess the owners, they do a deal every year, almost every day or every weekend, because it's a tourist town. And what they do is, I guess they make a bet with the people that rent that room. So if you stay in that room the whole night, we'll refund you your money.
So we're gonna go stay. We're gonna go stay.
Challenge accepted.
Lint Mansion. Look, the next time I go to St. Louis for
Yes.
work, I'm definitely gonna plan an extra day
Lint-
so I can go to Lint Mansion
Lint Mansion and Lint Brewery, both
Yes.
in St. Louis.
amazing places. Yeah.
I was right there. I used to live right there.
I forgot to
25 minutes
bring. There's something I do want to bring you. Something you need to research though. Kraken.
What's that?
The Vancouver Hotel. Wow. The Vancouver Hospital and St. Paul's. Okay. It's still an active hospital, but there has been so much death in that place since its opening day. I think it's 150 years old and still active. There is nurses coming forward about their experiences, why they were at work. One of them, night shift, that I heard of, she was working night shift and she went from the trauma bay to the kids unit, and she, down that hallway, every night something happens. and there was been told of a janitor's ghost roaming around there too, and patients still there lingering.
And where is it? It's the Vancouver Hospital in St. Paul.
No, Vancouver Hospital. Also look up St. Paul's Hospital because it's the same hospital, but they renamed it a couple times. The Vancouver Hospital is the original name for it, but they renamed it. When I looked it up, there was like four different hospitals with the same. It's the same hospital, but there was 4 different names they went by.
Which makes, I mean, I know hospitals merge and stuff, but, you know, did they start changing names because of rumors and shit getting out?
Who knows?
The ghostofvancouver.com has the whole history of it.
Okay.
Names and everything.
I'm trying to think. The name of the hotel is the state of Colorado that's on it, the big hotel.
The Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanley Hotel.
I like to go see that place.
Paisley was supposed to go when she was out seeing her aunt last, and then they had something come up and they didn't make it out there. They were going to go for the weekend. She's like, Mom, can I call you on there? I'm like, hell yeah. Like, if I can't be there, I want to be there at least on FaceTime. Duh.
Okay, I sent you the one of the ones that I have.
I'll tell you this last story, and then I'm gonna hop off. But there is one of the first introduction into ghosts and the paranormal that I ever experienced, because it was the wild, wild west of the internet, and there was a lot of things that little Cosmo shouldn't have been looking at. You know, a lot of websites that were.
But you did anyway.
Kosher. But I did anyways. It's the wild, wild west. But there was one that had and this has been going for, it had to at least be, it's more than 20 years now, because I saw this when I was in high school, so maybe from 1998 until now. They have ghost cams that have been running since then, for that long, and it's the Willard Public Library, and I want to say it's in Evansville, Indiana. Yeah, okay. Evansville, Indiana. And so that's another place I would like to actually go. Their ghost cams, I mean, of course, back in 1998, the cams were like really like staccato, you know, very like frame by frame. They went like 2 frames a second. But now I think they've updated their cameras, but they consistently catch this like one specific ghost that comes in, and it runs 24/7. And as far as I know, it's been running 24/7 for that long. So I want to ask you a look at that place, and it's an active library. It's still running, you know.
See, that's what it's crazy.
Yeah, I want to say thanks. I'm gonna duck in the comments for a second. I've got to go use the bathroom.
Hey, Cosmo, before you leave, I want to tell you all, the 3 of you, Kraken knows about this story already, because it was a weekend I met Kraken in Las Vegas. Kraken and another girl went to Zach Hagen's house in Las Vegas. I wasn't able to get in.
The museum.
Yeah.
So when we were all staying at the resort that we were at that morning, I told Kraken, and I'm going to say Misty, and I told Kraken, it's like, I'm leaving first thing in the morning. I don't give a fuck if you 2 are sleeping or not. I am out.
And he did. He was gone.
I was gone. I was like gone at 6 o'clock in the morning.
It was early.
Because it's like a 6.5, 7 hour drive from where I live from Vegas. So I wanted to get on the road before it got even worse. I'm maybe an hour out of Vegas in that area. There's a place called Area 51, well, Mercury, Area 51. Between Area 51 and there's a gift shop, maybe a half hour just past that. I ended up having a panic attack on the way home.
Really?
But you're leaving out one major thing that happened that morning that you forgot to fucking tell me about until way later.
I ended up seeing a dark shadow
in our hotel, in our room,
in the hotel room.
Oh, wow!
While I was tying my shoes, because Misty walked back into the room. Not even 5 minutes after Misty walked back into the room, the dark shadow came out of the room, walked through the kitchen. I looked, I'm like, what the hell? And I should have told Kraken, but I'm like, it's like it's like 5:30.
No,
I'm not gonna bother her.
Well, so here's what happened. When we went to Zach's museum, you can go down in the basement, right? Like that's part of your package. And so we went down there, and they specifically tell you, walk around, come back. Don't linger, don't lower, none of that. And Misty ended up doing that. And I kept having to pull her back. And then I heard her coming back up the stairs behind me. And she still went back in there. So whatever it was followed us from the museum. And that's what Cain saw that morning.
Yes. I'll tell you.
Instead of having one panic attack, I ended up having two.
Oh no! Wow.
Yeah, that's not good.
But see, that's the weirdest thing. I've been that far west one time in my life, one time, and I took a bus trip because I used to work for Greyhound, and I had a free ticket, and I said I'm just going to go to California because I've never been. So I went, and I took a bus trip. Once we left Las Vegas and we were traveling through the desert, when I tell you it was a bright day, daylight.
Yeah.
I had the eeriest feeling that I've ever had unexpectedly. You know what I mean? Just driving through the desert, you know? And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. It's intense. It felt like electrically charged. That's what it felt like. It just felt like it was just charged, you know? But yeah, I understand. The desert is wild. Anyway, you guys have a great night.
Thanks for being on the show. It was good seeing you. Missed your face.
Cosmo.
Stay out of trouble.
Then while I was driving home, I was telling Kraken, I said, I don't know if I should have Googled it or not, about while I was driving home, there's a black lady walking the opposite direction.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Off the shoulders of the highway. She looked like she was late 60s, 70s. And the clothing that she was wearing, it looked like she was back in the 50s. The shoes, it's like the old black nurse shoes.
Yeah.
But she's wearing an old dress. She had the old style purse and everything. She was walking by. I'm like, I was about ready to stop and pull over and ask her if she needed a ride. I looked back in my rearview mirror. I didn't even see her.
It's gone.
Oh, there's legends of that all over the place.
I was like,
the Phantom Hitchhikers or whatever they call them. You know.
It's crazy that all this happened within 24 hours.
Yeah.
All because of A1.
After I saw the black woman, that's when I had the panic attack.
Was that the second one?
Oh, that was the first one. The second one was after, I think the first one, it was before I got to after I passed the thrift store, the thrift shop for Area 51. I think I was near Goldfield, maybe half hour from Goldfield on a straight stretch. And I was actually coming down a hill at 80 miles an hour. And I'm like, and by the time I was just sweating. I was like really shaking big time. And by the time I caught myself, I was actually in the center of the highway at doing 30 miles an hour. But I'm lucky there's no traffic at all.
You were lucky you left when you did.
Right.
So Kraken.
And then the second one is between Goldfield and Tonopah. Then after Tonopah, I had no problems.
And see, that whole area is known to be haunted. I know you're not showing me these creepy ass dolls. Look at this.
That's one of the.
We'll introduce you to Charlotte. This is the one that likes to play with him over here. He goes
messes with my lamp, messes with my fan, messes with my flashlight. Yeah.
Here, I'll go up. I'll show you. Let me go up here. Show you my collection. Oh my God.
So how do you go and find if they're haunted? Like, how do you verify that you're getting a haunted doll?
Get this up here.
Oh my God, no.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
We had an abandoned house burnt down across from us, and the only thing that survived was this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know, Vampy's like, I'm out.
But yeah,
I'm muting myself now too.
Like, you're I'm fucking dead. Kane's like, I'm hiding too. Not the Chard family.
This is the whole crew up here. Yeah.
So do you get any activity in your house off of them, or have you like...
Oh, ask him.
Yes, I do.
I'm on the phone with him all the time.
That is crazy.
He does too.
Yep.
Like, they mess with him now.
Have any of them moved or anything like that?
Oh, she does all the time.
Charlotte does all the time.
Oh my gosh.
The one
Fresh
on the
woman.
Head.
Is that why she's up there?
Yes.
Like, bitch, you ain't moving anymore. We're gonna leave your ass up here.
Oh, she still does though. Like she'll turn her head, or she'll like lean forward.
She'll lean. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm out. Nope, no dolls for me.
And the bad part is, I sleep right here underneath of them.
Oh no, Okay, look, Psycho can go with us anywhere that she wants to go. She's obviously brave enough. Just don't bring the dolls. No dolls.
Okay.
No dolls.
fine.
No
I'm gonna
dolls, no
bring-
clowns with me.
But she can make more friends when we go to Doll Island.
Yeah. See.
Look, y'all.
Well,
I'm just gonna be right here. I'm just gonna live vicariously through y'all going to Doll Island. I can't, because you know what Psycho's
see,
gonna
you
do?
just
She's
run
gonna
across
bring
the
back.
lake.
She's gonna bring back dolls.
I ain't bringing back dolls. I will just talk to them because I'm not bringing any more back. I have enough up here.
She gonna get home and there's gonna be one
Always
stowed
need to
away in her
add at least
bag.
A couple more.
We need to.
Oh,
help you
come on, really? I had a couple more. How many more do I need?
The whole
I
island
need to
and
add a
the
couple more
the whole
because I
island.
put
No, not the
display
whole
out
island.
for Halloween. So
The whole
All right,
island,
Psycho.
I'll
How
help
did you
set up.
get into collecting these dolls? It had to start
It
somewhere.
started on eBay. They're a friend. And so I was like, okay, I'm skeptical. Let's just buy one. I'm
So you
sitting
see
here,
this
stay
ad
quiet.
on eBay for a haunted doll, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?"
I'm just gonna buy it. Screw it. I don't care. I'm not scared. Let's go.
This is
Let's
when
do
she
this.
fucked up. I'm dead, Vampy.
Let's do this, all right? And so I didn't believe it was haunted. I'm sitting here, and I hear this little girl run through my house. I'm the only one here. And I'm like, and then I started hearing giggling, and I was like tapping, and I'm like, okay,
Where's the doll at this point? In the same room with you?
yeah, I'm sitting right there.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Is that the one? Is that
She
your
started
first doll
it.
that you got off of eBay?
Yep.
Charlotte, you
She
bitch.
started this whole collection. She has a twin sister named Charlie, who sits over here too, who also messes with Rocker.
So did you get both of them at the same time?
No. Then the girl comes back and goes, "Will you take the other one too?" And I'm like, "Sure."
Winter me, welcome in. So they're like, "Look, you took one haunted doll off of my hands. Do you want the other one?"
I've got another set of twins up there too that were connected to two babies. One was 2 and one was 4. And he's like,
Look,
"I'm
Kane's
out."
like, "I'm out." Kane's like, Kane's very susceptible to shit right now. We're still
Like,
trying to keep
I
him
don't
clean.
know if
Ricardo,
you've
welcome in.
noticed Rocker's light flicker during the show.
my lamp flickers. It's a touch lamp, and
She's
they
been
like
playing
to
with it the
draw
whole time.
energy from it or touch. Yeah.
That's crazy.
He woke up this morning at 2:30. She had turned his flashlight on.
Yeah, this flashlight turned
Mhm.
on.
At 2:30 this
Awesome.
morning.
That is nuts.
She
I know,
plays- she
Rosie.
plays with it.
Rosie, I'm the same way. Hell no. Hell no.
She plays with it saying she'll go from low to high to medium back to low, and she'll tilt it.
To make sure that you know it's her. I'm scared that doll's gonna fall off the shelf onto her. Look, I'm afraid she's gonna come sit up
No,
on her
she's
shoulder.
not going anywhere. She listens.
Yeah, Charlotte's pretty chill.
And see, she's already moved.
I know. I was gonna say she's already moved.
She's already moved. She's just wondering who
already
y'all are.
moved.
Ammo.
Yep.
At this
She's already
point.
wondering who y'all are. That's all she's doing.
Charlotte's like, "Who's this bitch over here in this box?" Ninja, welcome back
Yeah,
in.
she's
Chris,
like,
welcome
"Who are
in.
you?"
I knew.
I know,
Yeah, I
it's
watched it a
over.
while ago. Vampy, I was watching a while ago when she was pointing out the other ones. I was like, "That doll's fucking moved."
So this is Kraken, and this is Danny. You know who this is. You can calm
Yeah,
yourself down up there.
you've been messing with my lamp.
She's
while I've
like,
been in
she's
the
like, "No, I'm
box.
gonna mess with stuff." Look, she's even like looking at us. Her whole face is moved.
Yep, so she does.
She's like, "Who is this?" She's like, "Oh, this one hates dolls." With Mikey and his crapper a month ago, and then now the haunted dolls. And Kate's like, "Nope."
I'm used to it. I am so used to it that
That is crazy.
it don't bother me.
What's
point, I'm
what's
just
like
like-
the most craziest thing that's happened since you've had these dolls?
Liam.
Right, Nighthawk?
Liam.
Liam.
Yeah. I got one, and it kept jumping off the shelf, and I'm like, "What the crap is your problem?" Like, it didn't want to stay up here. Like, it did not. So I gave it to one of my friends, and like literally, she put it in a box, put a sod around it. She came back in there the next day. Its head was completely turned around, and so she gave it to a. We have a North Carolina Ghost Adventures ghost group. She gave it to them, and it is haunted. Like, it is demon haunted. Yeah, I got scratched by this thing. I'm like, "You gotta go."
You're like,
You
"Bye,
leave.
bye." Everybody
But
else minds
these
their
are all
own P's
good.
and Q's,
They
but
don't-
not
they
you.
don't cause harm. But the other one, I was on the phone with him, and he goes, "What was that thud?" And I looked over, and Liam's on the floor.
I mean, it was loud. Like it echoed through.
It wasn't just like a drop. It was wham.
Yeah.
And I was
Wanted
like,
to make sure you knew something had happened.
we knew. Like, I was like, okay.
Rabbi.
And I looked over, and I was like, okay, dokie.
I would be like, no. See, this is why. No. Thank you. Up. Unless I'm trying to. He's crying because his demon he has. I'm trying to help him with it. I have told him, Mikey, I'm gonna scold him just like I scolded you. He needs to be saying some prayers over it and being intent on it. He and I had a whole conversation about it last week.
Bambi, her name is Charlotte, and she will not mess with you. The only person she likes
Normally is me.
is this one.
I'll wait a couple more hours and my flashlight will turn on or something, or my lamp will turn on again.
Or the fan goes on, off, low, high.
Mikey, are you still in here? From what Red Knight is telling me on IG, he only did the prayer once. We need to make sure he understands this needs to be happening every night. He needs to be doing these protections every day, every night.
Not just once.
Once isn't going to do it. And I don't know what's going on that it keeps coming back to him, but he's got to get some help with some crystals. We need to get him some frankincense and some dragon's blood. I asked him last week to send me pictures and I haven't gotten them yet. So if you can stay on to him to get me pictures, I can get him to Alex and we can do a distance read so I know exactly what we're dealing with.
I also ended up with a mimic because of Liam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was like, and it was calling this one's name out, like talking. Like I was hearing him over here and he was on the phone. I'm like, okay, dude, we're not playing this. You're leaving. This is mine. You go.
Yeah, you're
you're
no longer welcome.
I had to be full intent. Until it just get out. This is not your place. You need to.
Yeah, he had to help me get it out.
Wow.
Go.
And so, well, if anyone wants to see Annabelle, please, we have invites to my town. Just know it is in the orphanage, and
I want to meet Annabelle.
I want to meet her so bad.
She's there next weekend. She's on her way to Gettysburg now.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm wondering about is this a social experiment, or is this good intention with them
putting into my bed at night?
Putting Annabelle in the orphanage?
Is Charlotte still watching? Charlotte's always watching.
Outlook is good. Uh-oh.
She's always hanging out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nighthawk.
Come on now.
Because we do have a demon in the orphanage that's been sighted.
Oh, that's just gonna fire it up with Annabelle there.
With Annabelle in the orphanage, the kids in the orphanage, and now, and I already have two. And like I said, one of the nurses that works here at this property lives on the property of the orphanage right now. She's staying down here for a couple of days when it comes.
Because she doesn't want to be around it. Rabbi, have you done something to be feeling like somebody's climbing in your bed at night?
That's what I asked. Yes, and MB, to answer your question, she's always watching.
She's like...
She's looking down. She's leaning. She's looking.
She is. Yep.
So I'm getting out of here. Y'all have one. Love you too, Candy. Have a good night. Have a good week at school. Get your discussions done. Candy does online school.
Terrified of like anything. Like.
No, see, dolls, I'm out. Not the well, Candy. Go get your discussions done. I know you hate doing it. Get your work done. You got most of it done. Okay.
Well, Ellie's got
moving outside my window. I'm in the country, so
something's knocking on your window. It's Charlotte.
Something.
It probably is.
Past it.
I walked past it.
It's probably this one out here.
Yeah.
You know that she plays games with you. They were playing with he had bubble wrap earlier, and it was just floating across the floor like this, just having a moment, floating by itself. And he's just like, "What are you doing?"
Thank you, Nighthawk.
Like, would you? Okay.
Danny, what's Ellie doing now?
No, I said Ellie has found some evidence at the Gettysburg Inn. I thought she was at Cashtown. At Cashtown, she's at the actual inn. So, but she found some evidence. What she showed me was they got a body next to her fiance, and the thing is, she was on the other side of the room.
Oh, damn.
So she got a full body apparition. Those spirits up in Gettysburg, all very intelligent, They've been around for over 200 years, and they
It's a
know how
lot
to
of trauma.
communicate, and they
Yeah.
know how to make themselves seen. I have seen spirits. You will see spirits walking down that street, walking down any street in Gettysburg in the middle of the night. You will see something.
It's all the trauma that happened there. I mean, we talked about that. We talked about the stone tape theory. Like,
Right.
there's all that trauma around battlefields. For
Yeah.
sure.
That was my
They're
plan.
everywhere. It's but it's actually like it was a massacre there in my hometown. It went through a massacre, and actually the first massacre in the U.S. It went through 100,000 people were at war with each other for 3 days.
There's a lot there.
100,000 soldiers. Could you imagine 100,000 soldiers coming to your town, shooting each other up?
The Whaley
The
House in
whole
San
Whaley
Diego was a
House?
great. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Whaley House. I've heard of the Whaley House.
Yeah, the Whaley House is very famous. Between the Whaley House and then Sally House.
And Zambi, before you ask, yes, she done moved again.
Mhm.
She's avid up there.
She's curious tonight.
She's every night. Like
I'm just
when
asking
they-
Charlotte to please not turn on the flashlight at 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning to blind me when I'm trying to sleep at that point again.
And actually, he's not even saying please. He's like, just don't do it.
Yeah, just don't.
Just don't do it.
The lamp is okay. The flashlight's not okay.
Two different
told me
things.
that today, and I was like,
One of them's brighter than the other.
Right.
You should just put the flashlight in the closet. Just be like, for tonight, it's a
Should
no.
Put it back. No, because I put it back in my paranormal bag with all the other equipment, and it turned on in there.
Oh
yeah,
my
she
gosh.
wants it.
You sleep
Like,
with
she
the
will turn
flashlight.
it
No, the
on.
flashlight's in his room still.
Yeah, she will turn it on no matter where it's at. She plays with the fan. She has to. All the time.
It's like I just got
bubble
to.
wrap has to be
I
out.
got stuff that's around me all the time. It doesn't bother me.
The
Except for
fidget
the
spinner was
flashlight coming
going
on.
earlier. Yeah, he had the fidget spinner on the table and it was just spinning.
Yeah,
They were just playing.
this one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep, at the house in Gettysburg, there was
Wait, you,
certain stuff. There was certain setup all throughout my house. I don't live up there fully anymore, but I still keep stuff up there. And when I go up there, I can tell what's been moved and what's been going on. And you would be surprised with how many spirits are actually in my house back home.
That's crazy.
she said you sleep with a flashlight. No, he does not.
I don't technically sleep with it. It just sets
It's
next
in his
to the
room.
bed and then turns on.
This one
So
requires it.
It's her flashlight. You thought it was yours, Rocker.
Yeah.
It's hers.
It's Charlotte's.
Mhm.
She's like, I'll let you use it, but I'll turn it on whenever the fuck I want to turn it on.
That's what she does.
pretty much.
It's just
The
crazy.
light, the bubble wrap, everything. It's just hers now. She's my buddy.
It's like, that's my friend. I'm going to come visit you. I'm going to let you know that I'm thinking about you. Pop, pop,
Oh,
pop,
she
float,
calls
float,
that-
float.
She calls out his name too, and it's hilarious. He goes, yes.
She's infatuated with you.
Yes.
There's a lot of spirits that do that.
That is crazy.
Like Enderberg Manor is one of the most interesting ones to go back to each time I go there because the minute I walk in the door, they know it's me.
Like,
They know
oh,
it's me. They know I'm there.
you're back. We have lots to share with you since you've been here.
Yeah. Just this time, don't throw a cast iron pot at my head. That
Yeah,
would be nice.
please.
So,
That was not that's not a fun situation at all.
Yeah,
At
I
all.
can be not on the phone with him, and like she's calm, cool, collected. As soon as I'm on the phone with him,
Completely different.
it's like night and day. It's like
That is crazy.
she starts immediately, and I'm just like,
can we just have a conversation for once? Can we just have a conversation without you bothering us? Thank you, Nighthawk.
no, never.
She's like, it's mine. It's my conversation. It's not y'all's. It's mine. If you want to talk to him, don't do it on my time.
yeah.
Goes,
She's turning again.
yep,
She's like, totally.
yeah.
So I got a question for you then. Actually thinking, talking to you too. did you ever get the history of these dolls, or like anything about like all like what did you have to prepare a lot of stuff when you add someone?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We went through. I had a psychic medium come in. I needed to know the background of what was happening with these guys. I wasn't just gonna bring them up in here and be like, "Hey, they're here." No, like I wanted to know the whole backstory of everybody because I'm not just bringing dolls up in this joint. Like, no.
We're not gonna have some
I got.
issues. And then the Kit Kat's taking care of stuff too.
I got 18 of these things. Hello.
Oh, that one's so cute.
Oh.
But yeah, they I have to make sure they're safe because we done had 4 cats killed, and we're not sure what did it, whether it was the mimic or Liam, but it had to go.
It's like, yeah, no. We value our cats too much.
Sorry, Laura, my bad. You want to come say hi? Come say hi. Come, you gotta turn around, turn your butt around here.
We don't want to see your booty. We want to see your face. Aw. I wonder where my cat was in here earlier. I don't know where he went. Now my big old Maine Coon. He's been all over the house today.
You know who's on the phone. That's why you're up here. Everything's great, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I just want some attention. I hear voices. I want some attention. You should be talking to me. I'm right here. Definitely good. Yeah.
You can ask him. They get all the attention.
Oh yeah.
In the middle trying to watch ghost stuff, and they're in...
Yeah, we trade off different ghost videos
Thank
from
you, Nighthawk.
different ghost hunters on YouTube and different topics of it.
And the cats are like, hey, we want to check it out too.
The one I haven't yet actually mentioned that's on Tubi to watch is that San Pedro haunting, Jackie Hernandez haunting. And one of the first introductions I had of Barry Taft, parapsychology.
Well, it was good talking to everybody. I'm going to get in bed.
Well, thanks for popping in and showing us the dolls.
I'm gonna head out myself too.
Like, no, you can keep the dolls though.
Oh, say goodnight, Charlotte.
Night, Charlotte.
Good night, Charlotte.
Everybody say goodnight to Charlotte because we don't want her getting pissed off at us later.
You getting assaulted over there?
Bye, y'all.
Night. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, good night, Charlotte. That is crazy. All right, it's like 12:13 here, and I got to get up early. We got executive board meeting
I'm
this
gonna
week.
hop down and try to get some sleep.
Well, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for always being on the stream. Thanks for introducing us to Psycho and Charlotte. I still don't like dolls. No.
Yeah, I have a whole collection, and between both me and my dad, we have collections, and from time to time, every other year for Halloween, we actually set the collection out into the front yard.
Oh my
as a
gosh.
display.
You'll have to send me a picture.
There's 88 of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's 88 of them. Yeah.
Oof.
That's the ones
I'll send you pictures and videos of them.
Yeah, send me pictures.
There's
Rosie,
at
go
least
ahead and
3 of
message it
them
to
that
me.
We know, there's at least 3 of them that we know that actually have attachment to it.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, see,
there's
no.
probably more, but we haven't actually investigated to find out just how many.
No, y'all can have the dolls.
One
Nope.
of them actually sits in the living room and just hangs out on the back of the couch,
Just hangs out.
and its head will move.
Just heads up, she's with.
So.
Wait, Psycho is Charlotte with Sharkit. Wait, who's she with?
Yes,
Rocker?
because the fan keeps going to high to low and pivots. So yeah, I know.
She is like totally infatuated with you. I have to hear more about this. All right, well, get some sleep. I'm gonna kick Dani out too because we both were talking about we were gonna go to bed early.
Yeah, you said nothing
night,
about
guys.
that show.
Night. We get into the after show and we get to having,
I know. I was with you until 3 a.m. my time too.
Night,
One
Rosie.
night. Okay, just let me know when you go live.